Caleb lost his left arm to a stampede, but he refused to let it stampede his still stubborn, lonely heart. He ran his ranch with one hand and a leather loop, roping steers through sheer gritty, ingenious, determined iron will. Townsfolk called him Half Caleb, but he never corrected them, just tipped his dusty, sweat-stained hat in silence and rode away. He placed a matrimonial ad in the territory paper, hoping someone would truly read far beyond his missing arm entirely. Marigold saw the ad while sipping tea in a Boston boarding house, her own heart limping from deep old grief. A horse-riding accident had left her with a permanent limp, and a former fiancé who fled her utter brokenness. Her elegant pen responded, confessing she walked with a cane but loved with a soul untamed by anyone's cruelty. Their letters became a lifeline, each envelope carrying ink and hope across the wilderness, weaving two lonely hearts together. He wrote, "I cannot offer two strong arms, but I promise you one that will never let go." She replied, "I cannot offer a graceful stride, but I promise a heart that will always walk beside you." After 4 months of written devotion, Marigold boarded a train west, her ebony cane shaking with terrified, hopeful joy. Caleb waited at the station wearing his best shirt, the left sleeve pinned neatly, his stomach a storm. When she stepped off, her limp instantly pronounced. His first thought was not pity, but breathtaking, overwhelming, unexpected awe. She saw his pinned sleeve fluttering and beamed, recognizing not a lack, but a man who'd conquered unimaginable suffering. Neither spoke for a full sacred minute, both simply drinking in the sight of total acceptance finally realized. He finally whispered, You're more beautiful than the mountains, and I can't talk smooth, but I'm yours." Tears spilling, she touched his empty sleeve and replied, "You're the first who looked at my limp and saw me." A local wag snickered about the crippled couple, but Caleb's sharp glare needed no second arm to silence mockery. Marigold placed her hand on his one strong shoulder, and they walked toward the ranch, perfectly balanced by shared tenderness. Days unfolded in gentle rhythms. He taught her to feed chickens. She read poetry aloud under cottonwood shade. She discovered his one hand could braid leather, whittle a horse, and cradle her face with astonishing, delicate precision. He realized her limp meant she leaned on him without pretense, and that leaning felt like finally being kneaded whole. One evening, she confessed her former fiancé had called her limping gait an embarrassment and fled before sunset. Anguish lit Caleb's eyes, and he sighed, then spoke. He was the true cripple, broken in his shallow soul. He kissed the crooked knee beneath her dress, a benediction that healed wounds no physician could ever suture. That night, under a blanket of prairie stars, they shared their first kiss, tasting of coffee, tears, and promise. She murmured against his lips, "Your missing arm only means I get closer when I hold you like this." Their love was a quiet revolution, turning every perceived flaw into a unique strength shared exclusively between them. Caleb built her a customized rocking chair with a wider seat to accommodate her leg, carving nightingales on the armrests. Marigold sewed him shirts with specially altered sleeves, each stitch whispering, "You are complete exactly as you are." Crisis arrived when her former fiancé, Reginald, suddenly appeared in town, wealthy and demanding she return with him. He sneered at Caleb's empty sleeve, calling him half a man unworthy of any woman's affection or future. Marigold stepped forward, leaning on her cane, and declared, "He has twice your heart with one arm, so leave." Reginald laughed, but Caleb moved with startling agility, using a lasso looped around his saddle horn to disarm mockery. The one-armed rancher flipped the braggart into the watering trough, then pulled him out with a calm, steady grip. "Leave now, or next time I'll use my other arm, and you'll truly regret it," Caleb said with quiet thunder. The defeated man sputtered and fled, finally realizing that true manhood is measured in courage, not in flesh count. That night, the townsfolk gathered not to mock, but to cheer the couple who'd faced cruelty with unbroken dignity. A pastor visiting from a nearby circuit offered to marry them the following Sunday beneath the old oak tree. Marigold's cane was entwined with wildflowers, and Caleb's empty sleeve was wrapped with a ribbon she had embroidered. They exchanged vows written themselves, no mention of arms or legs, only promises to be each other's steady ground. He said, "With this one hand, I pledge to hold you, build with you, and never release you." She said, "With this limping walk, I vow to journey beside you through every beautiful, uneven trail forevermore." Their first married kiss was witnessed by a ranch dog, 3 horses, and a sky blushing orange and gold. They built a life where chores adapted. She sorted tack while he forked hay, a seamless dance of compensation. When her leg ached fiercely, he carried her to the porch in a specially fashioned sling across his chest. When phantom pain struck his missing limb, she massaged the scarred shoulder and hummed lullabies until peace returned. Together, they rescued a 3-legged coyote pup, naming him Stumbles, celebrating the scrappy, imperfect family they had become. A child was born to them 2 years later, a robust boy with all limbs perfect, but no prejudice inherited. Their son learned to walk while holding his mother's cane and tugging his father's one steady, loving forefinger. Caleb taught the boy that strength isn't about having more, but about doing the most with what God gives. Marigold taught him that beauty walks with a limp because true grace understands what it means to truly stumble. The ranch prospered under ingenious adaptations: rope pulleys, lowered shelves, and a gate that opened with a hip. Travelers passing through often asked about the unusual setup, and Marigold would smile and tell their love story. One tired cowboy, missing an eye, once wept after hearing it, finally believing he too deserved such devotion. They started a small foundation from the ranch's profits, helping frontier folks acquire prosthetics and adaptive, dignified tools. Decades later, hair silvered and steps slower, they still danced on the porch to a harmonica's warbled evening tune. He twirled her with a single arm, and she leaned against him, their combined imbalance creating a perfect, stable axis. On their 50th anniversary, he presented her with a locket engraved, "You were always my missing piece, my love." She opened it to find a miniature of his one hand holding her tiny cane, a masterpiece of delicate detail. She gifted him a new saddle with a reinforced pommel, inscribed, "To the man who holds me without needing both." When she passed quietly in the night, her hand resting on his empty left sleeve, peace softened her features. Caleb carried on, tending their garden, speaking to her spirit as if she still limped beside him in twilight. He carved her epitaph himself. "A blessed limp led her straight to my heart, where she walks upright forever." A year later, he joined her, found slumped in the rocking chair with a half-written love letter on his lap. The letter's final line read, "I'm coming home, Marigold, and this time I'll run with both arms wrapping you whole." Their son buried them beneath the oak. Her cane and his leather loop crossed atop a single, humble stone. The town renamed the creek Whole Heart Bend, commemorating where 2 perceived halves discovered they were a complete soul. Their story spread through oral tradition, inspiring every person who'd ever felt too broken to be truly cherished. A young girl with a withered hand once visited the grave and whispered, "Thank you for proving love isn't counting." A traveling painter depicted them in a mural, his one hand holding hers, her cane pointing toward a bright sunrise. The mural bore no title, only the golden promise that every scar is a star map to one's truest home. Today, couples wandering that ranch can still feel the vibration of a one-armed embrace and a limping, joyful dance. So if you feel incomplete, remember Caleb and Marigold, who learned that love doesn't require symmetry, only steady presence. Their imperfect bodies housed immaculate love, proving the most whole hearts often beat inside the most wounded, beautiful chests.